as part of leading his brother through this, mimicked many of the behaviors of his own father, which is why my performance became so much clearer once Javier Bardem came into the picture.
First, I have to say congratulations on Monsters. I've been watching with such interest and fascination at this storytelling. So thank you for your really incredible performances. I'd love to go to you first, Cooper, and I want to touch on, I think it's called The Hurt Man,
Yeah.
that unbelievable episode that is one shot that just keeps moving in on you. Um, and also some of the revelations that happen in that, this real kind of idea where your Erik Menedez does not know how he identifies because of the abuse that's happened to him, and also is a victim of homophobia and HIV/AIDS stigma of the time. Would you touch on that aspect?
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, the process of getting ready to do it was really just reading that script over and over and over again. I read it every day, and I tried to just really get all of those memories so specific and detailed so that when I was going to recount them, it was real for me. And I think to speak on this other stuff that you mentioned, in terms of not knowing who he was, or, this boy that he speaks on at the end of the episode, I really think that it's in there to present what's called traumatic reenactment, which is when you've been through, sexual abuse or really any kind of abuse, and you keep going back to something that's similar or familiar to you as a way to heal or cope. And so I think having that in there proves and further supports their claim that they were in fact sexually abused. And I hope that after that episode, people really sympathize with him and believe his story.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And also, Nicholas, likewise, you have this incredible scene in the courtroom where Lyle breaks down talking about abuse, but then there's also this kind of switch after where he's kind of touting, like, what a great job I did, what a great kind of performance almost. Would you talk a little bit about shooting that and this idea of changing perceptions? Like, the series doesn't give viewers anything easy to take away. Like, really, it leaves it with the viewer to kind of still make a decision.
Correct. Well, there is evidence to support that Lyle Menedez, essentially after he gave his testimony in the first trial, said something to the effect of, like, I can't believe that I snowed them. And there is evidence to support that. This is actually the reason why he wasn't able to speak in the second trial.
Yeah.
Lyle is an enigmatic human being with very many layers. In this series, it seems, at least to me, that he's portrayed as the less sympathetic of the two brothers. But it was important to me to do a lot of work on why he behaved this way, on why he behaved so erratically and impulsively at times. And I think it stemmed from being a really, really deeply hurt and wounded child underneath. I think that he felt a tremendous amount of pressure to lead his brother through this, and as part of leading his brother through this, mimicked many of the behaviors of his own father, which is why my performance became so much clearer once Javier Bardem came into the picture, because I think that Lyle Menedez is first and foremost his father's son. And I was really grateful for both the scenes in episode 4 as well as the scenes in episode 7, where you really get a chance to see Lyle's inner child and the place of hurt that he comes from, and maybe gives some sort of insight into why he behaves the way that he does in the other episodes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks very much for that. And then, Cooper, Nicholas kind of touched on this, but would you talk about how the series tackles cycles of abuse that we see from, in this series, Jose's parents to Jose to Kitty to, the sons? Would you touch on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the show does an excellent job of showing you why and how abuse happens. And it really is what Nicholas was saying, like, hurt people hurt people. And I think that's really what the show is trying to say. And I mean, you even see abuse from Dr. Oziel to Judalon Smith. It's in there as well. So yeah, I think just that the real answer is hurt people.